Once again, What's in Store is coming to you from Kramer Funeral Home, visiting with Graham Kramer. And Mr. Kramer, you know, Central Louisiana has become very diverse when it comes to religious practices and philosophies. How does that affect the role of Kramer Funeral Home?
Well, we provide our services for all faiths and ethnic groups that call on us. In large cities, there are ethnic funeral homes based on the neighborhood. But in Alexandria, we handle services for Baptists, Methodists, Catholics, Jewish families, Pentecostal families, because this is more of a, well, Alexandria was ecumenical before ecumenical was cool. And so families from all different faiths call on us for our services, and our staff currently has a little over 200 years of consecutive service within Kramer Funeral Home. And our staff is well trained in the beliefs and traditions of each of the religious groups that's in Central Louisiana. And so we're welcoming anyone to call on us and talk to us about what they want in a funeral service.
I'm sure there's a lot of folks who like to do very special or unusual things when it comes to funerals. What are some of the more memorable things you've seen people do in funerals?
Well, first of all, we try to make the funeral something special for that special person. The family members will read. We've had services whereby instead of having the traditional casket spray on a casket, we had a man who was in the rodeo business, and we put his saddle on top of the casket just to be a special touch. And so we're very flexible in what we'll do and how we do it for a family. We even had a Harley-Davidson motorcycle brought into the funeral home during the visitation, and his bike gear was on a clothing rack by the end of the casket.
One of the philosophies you have here is that no family should ever go into debt for a funeral. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. My grandfather started that years ago, and we've carried that tradition through. That we have services and merchandise here at our funeral home that can take care of the funeral needs of anyone in the community. And part of our responsibility is to see to it that a family doesn't go into debt for a funeral. It's an emotional time for them, and if they tend to emotionally overspend, then it's our responsibility to see to it that they don't.
That wraps up today's edition of What's in Store.